Hello there, and welcome. Well, yesterday I read to you from Wanda Hickey's Night of Golden Memories and Other Disasters. And today I want to give you a little writing challenge based on the inspiration of Jean Shepherd's wonderful work. One of the things that sets Jean Shepherd apart is the simple comedy of his writing. He had a way, a style of expression that was just bound to be funny, and for that reason it's hard to think of exactly how you're going to use his methods if you're not naturally funny on the page. And it is really hard to nail down funny. I may eventually try to, because I am an absolute fan of funny writers. But I think this particular assignment, this attempt to write like Shepherd, should actually be built in something slightly different than the humor, and that is the nostalgia. Part of what Shepherd does is use his past and a sort of glorious glow on that past to create a deep feeling of joy. And he doesn't write about the experiences as if they're perfect. In fact, part of what makes them delightful is the flaws, the vomit. But he remembers them, and he embraces the memory, and he delivers the memory with specific and personal details. And so I want to encourage you to try a writing like that. Either a poem, a story, an essay, a memoir, any of those in which you write about your past, especially your childhood or youth. Childhood is particularly enriching when it comes to nostalgic writing. When we think about our childhood, even if we've had a rough one, we can still think of things that we loved from it. Perhaps a favorite candy, perhaps a favorite place that we liked to go, perhaps a delightful vacation we once took. But the job here is to deliver a memory of childhood or early youth that makes somebody else say, "Ah, yes, I can remember a very similar experience. I remember," and then from there rises the writing. One of the things that he does very well is he remembers his neighborhood, he remembers his elementary school, his friends from elementary school, he remembers his mother and father. In the film, based on these stories, A Christmas Story, he talks about how he was helping his father change a tire, and his father, he was holding the lug nuts from the wheel in the hubcap, and his father hit the hubcap with his arm and caused the lug nuts to fly up in the night and then drop into darkness. And he said, "Oh, fudge." And only he didn't say fudge. He said it. So you'll notice that in the midst of this story, it's not a great thing that happens. It was a pretty miserable thing that happened. But his way of thinking about it has colored it so that even though it was an unpleasant thing that happened, remembering it was somehow a pleasure. And that's our great challenge, to remember something that maybe wasn't so great when it happened, but as we've gained distance and perspective, it has become endearing at least, and possibly even funny. That's it for today. I hope you have a glorious rest of the day, and I hope you see me again, you gorgeous people.